Hello and welcome to a new vlog and trip report, and today we're taking a look at a very special train, taking a look at the WEG class 455, the CAF Nexio, which is a train specially built for the Schönbuch Railway. This train had a few problems and is now finally in operation, and now we can also finally take a look at the train, and therefore we are starting here in Böblingen and we can take a look at the arrival of my train today. First, let's take a look at the interior of this brand new train, which still smells like a new train. We have mainly bays of 4, we have a few airline style seats at the doors. The seats are quite comfortable when you consider that we are talking about an only 17 kilometers long railway line, so they're quite soft. In the base of 4 we also have power sockets, so also the interior is quite nice. Of course there are no armrests or tables, but we're talking about a railway line which is only 17 kilometers long, so you're in this train only for a couple of minutes. I already made a video about that railway line a few years ago when I was trying to travel in this new train, but it was not possible back then. The trains were not finished yet, so the class 426 was used as a replacement after the electrification of the railway line. And then this train had a lot of problems and it took years to take them into service, but now they're finally running, and now it's time to listen to the sound of our train once again. So as I've mentioned, there were a few problems with the train in the beginning, especially with the brakes of the train, and that's something that probably can only happen in Germany. The train didn't receive its authorization because the brakes were too strong. So the brakes were too good. The inspectors of the train were concerned that passengers may fall when the train is braking with full power. What's interesting is that those brakes are required for trams. So in a tram apparently it's not dangerous, but in this train it was dangerous, so it didn't receive its authorization and was not allowed to operate, and that took several years to fix the problem with the brakes. And then finally in 2025 the train got its authorization and was allowed to operate, and the operation on that line started in June 2025. But unfortunately after 4 months there were so many problems with the train when it was in service that they took all the trains out of service again. After 3 months, in January 2026, the trains were put back into service, but only 5 days later they were taken out of service again because there were again so many technical problems, which is quite normal for a new train. There are always some problems in the beginning. It's a completely new constructed train. It's the first time we can see this train in Germany. And then on the 23rd of February the trains were taken back into service after it was guaranteed that at least 6 units are completely perfectly fine to operate, and so now we can finally travel with this train. At the end of the line in Dettenhausen I changed trains, took the next train back. The day I was traveling, everything worked perfectly fine. I was traveling on the first day and it was worked perfectly fine. The trains had no problems and they were running on time. They are very, very silent, comfortable, so it was a nice and pleasant ride. And as soon as they are finally running stable, there will be a huge improvement for the people that are using them and also for the people that are living next to the train line, as they are quite silent, they are bigger, they have a higher capacity than the formerly used Regio shuttles. This railway line had been completely closed and was reactivated, and since then the numbers of passengers are growing each year, so now with these new trains with a higher capacity, this railway line is ready for the future. At the moment there were 6 trains in operation, 5 were running and 1 was a replacement in case that something goes wrong. And here we can see all the other trains, there are 12 in total that are still getting upgraded so that also they can finally run reliably on that railway line in the near future. So even though the train had a lot of problems in the beginning, I still do really like this train. It's very nice and comfortable and it's a perfect fit for the railway line. It's not made for big railway lines, it's a light train, but it's very good for this small branch line with a high demand. So I really do like the CAF Nexio, the WEG class 455. In the next video we will be starting somewhere close by. Here you can see when this video will be uploaded and the name of the song. As always, I'd like to say thanks for watching, hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, make sure to comment, like, subscribe or share the video link, and I hope to see you in my next video then.